Football game today, rematch of the NFC title game, and New Orleans left hurting for a different reason. First quarter, Drew Brees pressured by Aaron Donald, incomplete over the middle to Jared Cook, but that's not the story. This is Donald getting in there, making contact with Brees' hand while he threw the incompletion. The NFL's career leader in yards passing spent the afternoon on the sideline with his thumb heavily wrapped. Teddy Bridgewater came on, and he watched Jared Goff get stripped by Trey Hendrickson. Cameron Jordan scoop and score. Wait, what? Why is everyone stopping? What's going on right here? Hang on, the officials blew it dead. They ruled it a fumble, but they said the Saints would not be rewarded a touchdown due to the incompletion on the field. Here's Jordan's take on what went down.
A touchdown got taken away. I mean, I didn't even hear the whistle. I grabbed the ball 15, 20 yards down, and allegedly a whistle was blown. Clearly, I mean, a whistle was blown. Where normally you let the play happen. Any referee usually tells you you let the play happen, and then you go back and review the play. When you talk about, that's a 10-point swing right there. When people are at the top of their craft, usually that doesn't happen, right? This is something that I'm sure the NFL will make a statement and say something will change or something along the lines. That's above my pay grade.
You could call it an acrimonious relationship between the Saints and the officials, certainly over the last 12 months. Game tied at 6 in the third quarter. Who thought that? Goff fakes the handoff. Cooper Kupp, 27 yards. Coop, 5 catches, 120 yards coming off the ACL injury from last season. And then Gurley, the pitch, in he goes. Rams take a 13-6 lead. Now, Teddy Bridgewater, tough spot to be put into. Watch him get hammered by Clay Matthews, decleating Bridgewater on the hit. Bridgewater 17 of 30, 165 yards. Michael Brocker's going to get to him as well. The Saints got a punt. And then the ensuing drive for the Rams, 13-6 game. Goff, Brandon Cooks, touchdown, game, set, match. Goff, 283 yards, 1 touch, 1 rushing touchdown. Mike, 27-9. Rams win.
All right, back here with Ryan Clark and Adam Schefter, Josina Anderson reporting that he's going to stay in L.A., see a hand specialist. The team is actually flying to Seattle to get ready for that game against the Seahawks. They're going to stay there. And Josina reported that Brees fears that it's somewhat significant. Let's play scenarios here. The worst case scenario, if Drew Brees is sidelined for any amount of time, what does that do to the Saints?
This absolutely changes the team that they are. This team is built to be Drew Brees' football team, both offensively and defensively. They feel like they're going to score points no matter who they play. Michael Thomas is the highest paid wide receiver in the league, and it's largely because of Drew Brees, his anticipatory skills, and his accuracy. And now that Drew Brees is no longer on this team, we saw how anemic this offense could be. Watching Alvin Kamara getting to his pass routes and not be able to be hit and get yards after a catch, or watching Michael Thomas not be able to make the 50-50 balls down the field to the back shoulders, those were all things we are used to seeing when Drew Brees is the quarterback. Even Taysom Hill couldn't have his normal effect on the offense because now you can't get him hurt because he is the next guy up in the backup quarterback. So this totally changes what they are as an offense, but also as a team. He's the heartbeat of this team. He's their leader. And if he's out for a significant amount of time, this not only changes the NFC South, but the NFC as a whole.
Yeah, because they were one of the favorites to come out of the NFC this year.
Absolutely.
A lot of people thought they were better than the Rams last year. Of course, that controversial call in the NFC title game. Again, Drew Brees scheduled to have an MRI and see a specialist on Monday in Los Angeles. Again, Falcons-Eagles game just ended earlier in Atlanta. We have full coverage of that coming up. Going to hear from Carson Wentz, the coaches, everybody down in Atlanta. That's all coming up here on SportsCenter. But right now, it's back over to Kevin because something interesting happened in South Florida today, Kevin.
Yeah, indeed. You know what? We were wondering, would it be in a Raiders uniform? Would it be in a Patriots uniform? Would it be in any uniform? Look at that. Look at that uniform. Antonio Brown showing up and showing out for the Patriots today. Opening drive for New England, 2nd and 7. Brown in the slot. That works, right? Tom Brady to Antonio Brown. Good luck stopping that. Later in the drive, 2nd and 9. Brady, Brown, hauls it in. They targeted him 8 times in this game. He's already got 2 catches. Here's another one. inside the red zone, down to the 10-yard line. 3 catches on 3 targets for 36 yards on the opening drive. It would result in a Sony Michel 1-yard touchdown. Bill Belichick asked about getting AB involved.
It seemed like there was an effort early, especially on the first drive, to feed him. Did you guys want to get him into the swing of things early on?
No, we run the offense. Try to throw the ball to guys open, Ben. Haven't changed that in 20 years.
Hasn't changed his answer in 20 years either. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Patriots up 7-0. Brady, Brown, touchdown. 4 catches, 56 yards. Again, on 8 targets. Brady, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. But, man, if that works, that could really work in New England, as if they need another star like that. 14-0. Patriots led, and from there, the rout was really on. 23-0, 38 total yards for the Dolphins. Entering the fourth quarter, 3rd and 2, Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing right. Stephon Gilmore picks it off. 54 yards to the house. Pick 6 of 54 yards. More yards than the Dolphins had offensively through the first 3 quarters of the game. It was 30-0. How the spread in this one was 18.5 is beyond me. Next possession, Fitzpatrick with time, bobbled, picked off by Jamie Collins. 69-yard pick 6 for New England. Fitzpatrick finished the day with 11 completions, 89 passing yards, no TDs to Dolphins receivers, but 3 interceptions, 123 yards, and 2 TDs to the Patriots D. New England wins it 43-0. Jeff Darlington with more.
If just for a few hours Sunday, for the first time in about 9 months, it at least felt like it was all about football for Antonio Brown. He caught 4 passes, he scored a touchdown, and he helped his team to a 43-0 blowout.
He got a lot of energy, he plays the game hard, he works hard, and with those type of qualities, you do well here.
This, in terms of football, was a success. Then again, was that part ever really in question?
He's got a great football mind, football IQ. Guys that are football smart, just pick it up. You know, some faster than others. He's one of those guys that's gifted in that area. He can come in here and was able to adapt on the fly, and he's still learning, as we all are. But, you know, it just goes to show how much he really wants to be a part of this offense, how much he really wants to be here and contribute.
Players after Sunday's win spoke glowingly about Brown's preparation, about his skills, about his willingness to put in the extra hours necessary to learn enough of the playbook for an instant impact.
Whether it's him or anyone else, you know, it's really, we always put in a lot of work as a group, individuals, walkthroughs, practice, film, corrections, field between periods and so forth. So we're just trying to do the best we can do, get up to speed and, you know, ultimately come out here and play well.
Brown had already left the locker room during media availability after the game and was not made available to reporters. And so now the focus shifts back away from the field as the NFL ramps up its investigation into sexual assault allegations against Brown. In Miami, Jeff Darlington, ESPN.
All right, Jeff, thanks a lot. Ryan Clark still with us. 4 catches, 56 yards, that touchdown. Anyone with any football acumen whatsoever would see that Tom Brady and Antonio Brown together on the same football field would probably produce
right,
some results.
Absolutely,
okay, all right.
Absolutely.
Having said that, though, what did you see today that tells you more about how this duo is going to do in the future?
Well, you actually saw some chemistry, and you saw the intelligence, at least football-wise, of both Antonio Brown and Tom Brady. And it started early with the way he was able to find his space in zones and also the way they were able to create space by formation. Here you're going to see the Dolphins are going to have a full pressure. They're going to drop out 2 defensive ends. Antonio Brown finds the spot in the zone right behind the 2 droppers. It seems like Tom Brady knows exactly where he's going to be, and he hits him. Now you see a tight split. Tom Brady on his 5th step or 3rd step out of the shotgun knows exactly how deep down the field to hit Antonio Brown. Here's a beautiful play. This is great coverage. Antonio Brown has to know this is going to come back shoulder, and Tom Brady has to trust him. And you see those things already. Listen, he got to town on Sunday. He was in the building Monday morning. That's not a lot of time to build this type of chemistry. It's not a lot of time to build any trust. But with Tom Brady, who is an all-time great, the greatest quarterback of all time, Antonio Brown, obviously the best wide receiver statistically of this era, and we know what type of skill he has. Like you said, We knew it was going to work.
Correct.
It was just how well would it work and how soon. And these guys hit the ground rolling game one.
So now he's settled, at least football-wise. Has some other things he's dealing with clearly off the field with his lawsuit facing allegations of sexual assault. From the team standpoint, how does this thing manifest itself if you're still trying to win games? Now, granted, you are the Patriots, you do the Patriot way, but this is a lot for them to handle right now.
I think we see right now he wasn't made available to reporters. He wasn't available for media. He was out of the locker room by the time those guys were there. And so I think that's part of it. That's part of the Patriot way that Bill Belichick tries to say doesn't exist. Also, if you watch the way that they answer questions, they don't give a lot of credence to what we think outside of the locker room. And as we can see, they're going to let the NFL handle Antonio Brown's sexual assault situation, and they are going to deal with the football field and winning games. And so far, so good.
Yeah, so far, so good. Ryan, appreciate the time as always.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate you.
Guys, week 2, Monday Night Football, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Baker Mayfield.